I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LNP. What does LNP stand for?
Late Night Playset.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
You trimmed your beard. You look great. And he did a shave. Everybody looks great. What's up, you guys? Kurt must be here. Beautiful. Hi, what's up, dude? What's up, Gus? Tony. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you guys. Good morning. What is up?
Bubbles.
The bubbles are coming down. The bubbles are coming down. This is so stupid. This means nothing to anybody, but I haven't told you about it. Remember those weird ghost bubbles in the last episode in the very beginning? You could see them on TV, so I didn't look fully nuts. But they were weird. They were weird. They were ghost bubbles. They were floating upwards instead of down.
That's what I saw too. It's in my head.
Crazy. Anyway, hello. Dom's Garage is here, but Dom's Garage is here. That's weird. Raiden Motors is here. Will on camera 3. This is his shot right over there. We'll probably move that when our guest gets in here in a few minutes. But in the meantime, whoops-a-daisy. I'm going to do this first, right? Bring it in here. Sorry, Instagram. We'll be right with you. And we'll start the show right now. Welcome back. Good evening. My name is Jay Ryan. This lady to my right is Nicole Ryan. We are the Ryans, and it is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Anything? Anybody? It's Back to the Future Day. Obviously, it's Tradecraft Thursday over here. Oh, shit. I was charging your deal over there. Did I put it in my pocket? Nope. Oh, it's going to be just a minute.
Oh, get out.
Did you see one over there charging somewhere, Dom? Or is there one in a mug? I know I had it somewhere for you. I was making it all ready. Anyway, Tradecraft Thursday. And Back to the Future Day, which is a weird one because it's not something I would generally celebrate anymore, but I just spent some time with the Screen Use DeLorean over at the Peterson the other day. And Porsche put out their video today of the Taycan and the DeLorean, and they had their kind of their whole thing there.
I saw that.
It was great.
I didn't know today was the day.
They call it that because of when in the future, in part 2, when they first get to the future, it's October 21st, 2015 or whatever. Isn't there one right underneath your sweatshirt over there? I think you put your sweatshirt right on top of it where it was charging. Making the guest work before he gets in here. Here it comes. Here it comes. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Sorry. Now I can relax that you have your stuff. The music was epic in the DeLorean spot. That was all real. Everything for that spot was licensed. But first of all, I should say, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, but only because of my knowledge of the whole. I had nothing to do with that video. Fucking nothing to do with that video. But we know all the people that did. It was JF Musial and the Tangent Vector crew. They're the ones who produced it, and I think he directed it. Outstanding work. But it was all. It was not the real time machine, obviously, but it was a Back to the Future time machine, and Alan Silvestri's real music. And if you noticed if you didn't recognize the guy, the gentleman driving the Taycan, that was Don Fullilove, who, if you don't know him by name, you certainly would know him as Mayor. I should run for mayor. That's a good idea. He was Goldie Wilson in the Back to the Future movies. So it's kind of fun, whether you got it or not. So anyway, it was very, very authentically done. They used his car for that, and he's friends with Mayor Goldie Wilson. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if you know, I think whoever's car it was, I don't know him personally, but my wife got the DeLorean for my first. The owner's a good guy, yeah. I don't know him personally, but you're exactly right that he's friends with Don, and I think they actually even have a package thing where you can rent, well, I don't want to say rent the car and Don, but like a personal appearance. Yeah, I guess you can rent the car and Don. Sounds disrespectful. I don't mean that to my old friend. He's incredibly talented and a damn nice guy. And I haven't seen him in a million years. I think the last time I saw him in person, I think he came to a Harlow Gold show. I used to host a burlesque. We used to own part of a burlesque show here in Los Angeles. There were only a few, and it was one of the big ones. And he came to one of those. I used to host it. I used to host the burlesque show. That's right.
I remember his name from you and that.
But you remember the movie, of course.
Yes, but...
And you remember he has a plane. I used to go flying with him. I mean, I would passenger with him flying.
That's what I remember from you.
Anyway, it's a great thing. Very fun. And, it's Back to the Future Day. There was a time when the movies are still wonderful. I don't care who you are, what you think. They are wonderful. What a dick. Sorry. They are. They're just great. They just are. There's great messages in all of them. But... shit, I don't know what I was going to say though. But no matter what you think about it, the movies at one point were very, very important to me. That car was so much a part of my life at one point.
Yeah, it was in our garage. It was legit here.
It's true. It's true. Someday, you know what, I should find because I don't think they play it anymore. I think all of the documentaries have all overwritten all of my, I think anything I ever did, I think has been erased from existence. Overwritten by everything that people have done since. But it would be fun to play the bonus feature. I know it's on YouTube that was on the Blu-rays. That it was me and Dean Kundi from the DP from the movies, from Jurassic Park and Back to the Future and all that stuff.
For people that are into it, it's fascinating because it's one of those things that you would never see unless you knew to look for it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
Good for you. Thanks. I appreciate you backing me up there. So that's exciting, the Back to the Future Day. But then the only other thing that's kind of a big sort of announcement thing that it's not even big. It might be no big deal at all. But to us, it seems like a good thing. And I'd been hinting at a bunch of things that we're working on behind the scenes and things that may or may not work out. You never know. And one of those things was I got contacted from the people at Spotify, the good people at Spotify, about our podcast, not because of the viewership, but because they liked the format. They liked the technicals. They liked what we're doing with the technicals, and asked us to be part of their new Spotify video podcast, YouTube. Not YouTube at all. No YouTube. Spotify video podcast pilot program. So we officially got up yesterday. So the Pops episode from Tuesday is the first one up. You can watch that in either video or audio form on Spotify. And then theoretically, from here on out, it should all just be up on Spotify that night. I mean, I'll have to do some work, and there's more buttons to put, more ones and zeros. But it seems like it'll be great because it's a whole different interface, and there's a lot of people who prefer that one to YouTube.
Oh.
A little more premium, I think.
Maybe. It was nice to watch it on that app, though.
On the Apple TV? Did you try that?
Oh, yeah.
I tried it, too. It was pretty interesting just to see the formatting difference. If you're used to watching Joe Rogan, now it's just right over there, and it's kind of like, oh. Not that we're anywhere in any same list or whatever as Joe Rogan, but it kind of feels good to be like, oh, we're between Tom Segura and Joe Rogan. Those are kind of their two flagship video podcasts right now, obviously.
It's good company to be in.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult, but there were a bunch of hoops to jump through. You had to submit a bunch of different things and back and forth, and then you go watch an online tutorial about the whole thing. Like, oh my Lord. But so it's up. So if you're a Spotify user, please check us out from here on out on Spotify. I don't know if is there a podcast app, or is it Spotify podcast? I'm guessing is where it is, but
I just downloaded Spotify.
I did too. So maybe it is that simple. Maybe we're just on Spotify.
I think it's that simple.
Okie doke. Spotify Back to the Future Day. That's what's going on. East Coast feeds. I should tell you guys about some East Coast feeds. They used his car for that, and he's friends with Mary Milson. Yes, it has an LS swap in it. Right. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Adam Contras, exactly. And we saw him actually on the road recently as well. Wow. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed, everybody. Yeah. All right. So I was way behind here. Typical fashion. Oh, the CarPlay. Yeah, I guess the CarPlay on Spotify is better than YouTube. Hi, Zwart. Zwart's here. Jared's Garage is here. Shift, live, repeat. Flat Sixer is here. Grand Impression. Will Spotify get a building behind you? No, because they're not giving us anything. There's no sponsorship or anything. But I would imagine that if things go well, maybe Spotify will move us into their building. That wouldn't suck.
It's a good angle.
Although, gosh, there's a bunch of things that are going to be happening on that front as well that I can't talk about yet. That Porsche girl says hi to Just Ward. I love it. Whoever was here the other day, let's see, producer Aaron was here with Kalo and Pops, and he was over there auditing the chats in the YouTube, which I should see if anyone's here. Over there. No, I think we're clear on that one, because I always forget to answer it. And the Instagram, and he said there was a lot of people chatting back and forth, so that was good.
Cool.
I want to say one more thing about that episode. That episode is great, and please go watch it. It doesn't look like anybody's watched it. That's incorrect. It's actually been watched more than most episodes lately. Unfortunately, it's in a bunch of different places. So like 50 people watched it here, 100 people over here, 85 over here, and it's kind of like it's all scattered about. So hopefully from here on out, that will be funnel down theory kind of into the thing, and it won't be so bad. But if you get a chance to watch it, because it's really funny. Kalo is funny. Pops is funny. Kalo and Pops together, very funny.
It's very funny. I'd forgotten how fun they are together, like, even though I was here. It's a great episode.
Fully agree with that. Some guy in a 997 says, it's good if you can't talk about it. Well, if you knew us in the beginning, I talked about everything way before it was ready, and nothing ever happened because shit doesn't happen sometimes, you know what I mean? It just is how it is. Howdy, Jeff. CoverageForYourCars.com. Coverage for your toys. Coverage for your toys. Oh, that's hilarious. And by the way, if you are just joining us, our guest this evening, if I haven't said it yet, is Dom Jones. Dom Jones is sitting over there in the blue light chair, in the blue light district. You probably know him from Instagram as Dom's Garage, and I know him from being here for, at the end of this show, it'll probably be about 12 hours you've been here. Well, you left for a little bit to go do another job and clean up for the show, but other than that, he got here at 6:30 this morning, and we've been hanging out on and off most of the day. He's got a new thing that he offers. I don't know if you have an official name for it, but currently, right now, for the sake of selling a bunch of these, because we want to sell a bunch of these for him, we're calling the GVBC Drivers Prep Package. There'll be a better name than that on his website and whatever. But it's something specifically for drivers. It's not for garage queens. It's for cars like Yellowcar that do get driven a lot, which is all of the folks up at Breakfast Club. So Dom's going to be in here in a little bit, and he's going to tell us all about what he did and why it's special and why you should get it too. I'm thrilled. The car looks amazing. I just went to let him in the garage. I got to look at the car again. It looks amazing.
I've just seen photos, and it looks awesome.
It looks too good. It's like brand new again. It's going to feel all different. We need to get the alignment done over at TLG's working on it.
I'm excited
you all
to
know
see
the
it
saga.
tomorrow morning. I don't anticipate it looking like that after, so I'll get a little of both.
That's the idea of this thing, is it's supposed to kind of preserve it and maintain it and keep it a little longer. So should be good.
I'll let you know.
Dom, Dan's son, big time and on the show. That's from Kayla Marzo. Corey Sabia is laughing. Dom will ceramic coat your dog if you let him. That's from Danny. That Porsche goes laughing. Kayla Marzo is laughing at some guy. Andrew N. Hong is here. He just joined us. Yellowcar looks great. Oh, that's Aaron. That's producer Aaron. We were just talking about you. Great job on putting the show together the other day with Pops and Kayla. And great job putting their show together. Can't wait to watch it. Hey, that Porsche girl. The other Jeff from Colorado with a Porsche and Bernese Mountain Dog. That's funny. We have both Jeffs from Colorado with Bernese Mountain Dogs and Porsche collectors. You get the idea. It's Colorado Porsche Dog Night. All right. Woo! Slow it down. How's everybody doing? Like, how is everybody? We haven't seen everybody in ages because we didn't go to the normal stuff last week. And that was really weird. It took me out of the whole thing. Zwart says it's a thing. It's a thing. Being in Colorado with dogs and the.
I got it.
All right. If you're not going to tell people how you are, how are you doing? You look great. I mean, you look genuinely fantastic.
I look great. From the bottom down,
It was a very, very slow walker waddle into the studio today.
Yes, and I'm finally getting comfortable being slow. That's my.
She's Captain Slow. We're watching.
I hear shit that when people call people slow all the time. They mean it nice because you're not supposed to say retarded, whatever anymore. And like, I don't call other people that, but I think talking about yourself is fine.
Anything you want to do is fine. I was just making a Top Gear reference. Captain Slow is James May. You know, Captain Slow. I was trying to be funny. I was not. I was not saying whatever you thought I was saying.
Whatever. It's funny. It's always funny. I just I'm less sensitive these days. I'm more brash like my old self. So sorry in advance.
I think you should become a hybrid of what you used to be and what you want to be.
I have to. It took so much energy to make myself uptight again.
What?
I tried to talk nicer and cleaner, and that took too much energy. So I'm aware of it, but
You trying to be a nice person is what gave you MS? Is that what you're saying? It fritzed out all your gears?
no, it allowed me to do. It's one of those things I should have learned a long time ago, but it's energy I don't have anymore to rethink my whole language set.
So what we're ended up with is just the authentic you.
Yeah.
Oh, well then that's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
all anybody wants. I mean, that's really all that's good for you. Whatever that authentic you is.
Yes, and I was fake for years, so I knew how to do that well. And now this is a
And
whole
you
new
wore out all your
learning-
parts.
Totally. So this is a whole new learning curve.
All right. Well, Nicole has MS. If anybody doesn't know, that's what we're talking about. If you're a first-time viewer,
FYI.
A lot of people here are supportive of you. Marcia Beto says she's hot. Nicole with a big old heart. Nicole, you're still faster than the new Nissan Z. That's hilarious. There's something to be said for bitch energy. Don't lose it, says that Porsche girl. You're awesome, Nicole. Keep it up, says Corey Sabier from Wilton, Connecticut. Bitch energy. They're laughing at bitch energy. 100% says BM Widner, you know, the guy from Tuesday. Lose any filter with love. Lose any filter. We love you as is,
Thanks,
says Marcia
guys.
Beto. And Leo says, hey, it's Leo, which is what Leo always says. Beautiful. That says Laura. Beautiful.
Thanks, lady.
Different from beautiful, which you love also from the Bruce Almighty movie.
I do.
All right. We are backed up over here with East Coast feeds. We have to get some of these out of the queue here. I won't play them all, but I would love to get through 3 if we can. We'll do 1. We'll do 2. We'll see how we get. We'll see how everybody feels. All right. So I'm going to spin the YouTube. Or what? Yeah, we got to spin the YouTube, the audio. Okay, damn it! Spin the Instagram around. Eventually, we're going to have to do this like on one on one platform. Because if I got to upload it later to YouTube and to Spotify, I can't be doing it. And maybe we'll go live to Twitch
Your head's gonna
and
explode.
Instagram, and then we'll go later to YouTube. And oh my God, effing producer. All right, what did I say we're doing first? East Coast feed. East Coast feed. Roll it, Hal. This is a good one. It's Porsche related, everybody. We're at BMW, but it's Porsche related. Roll it out.
Mr. Ryan, East Coast Feed, look what we got behind us. Corey's working on a specialty car today. I know you guys love this crap, so let's take a look. It's fancy. It's a fancy alignment because Corey's like the best on the planet. So they got this beautiful, there it is.
GT4.
Look at that, huh? Boom. Porsche life. That's how we do here at BMW on a Friday. Just want to see you had a fun toy in stock. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Simon?
Literally nothing there other than, oh, there's a Porsche in the shop, so we'll show the guys. I'll take it. I love it. I think it's great that a GT4 is getting aligned over at BMW. By the way, it's not because of BMW. That guy Corey is like the king of lime rock. He is so good. He is a master technician on all of these cars as well, but he is an incredible driver, car builder. He's just very well versed in the Connecticut race scene.
Good. We need someone over there.
He's been there for years. He used to work on my cars. That's how I know him. I mean, like, that's how long that guy's been there.
That's a long
I mean, when
time.
I lived in Connecticut and had cars there, and he was working on my cars there.
That's a long time you've known him. Then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for getting it. Late Night Playset, I got to drive a brand new Gen Turbo S the other day. Wow, that's very cool. A 992 Turbo S. That's great. How about this? That's a time machine, right? I mean, it's so fast you can't even think. I need to get to know the other Corey then. Corey, yeah, all right. Oh, that other Corey. Oh, yeah, that's right. That other Corey. Yeah, you guys should. You think he means, is it Ellie Carspotter? Is that Corey? No, what's his name? Man, I'm drawing a blank here. Michael is Keys to the Jungle. Cody is Ellie Carspotter. Damn it, who's the other Corey? Anybody know? He's the only Corey I know.
I just know the guy from Goonies and the other one that my friend went out with.
Feldman and wait, which one did your friend go out with?
The one that's
dead one?
not here.
Haim. And I'm going to say this on the show, and you guys can go look it up. My ex-wife used to represent him. That's right. I got drunk to married to a friend in Vegas. After Ross and Rachel, before Britney Spears, I think is correct. But she was an agent, and she used to represent Corey Haim during the remember they had that show, the Coreys and everything.
Oh yeah, that was a busy time.
Yeah. He's talking about the BMW. Oh, damn it. Jeez, I'm so stiff. What's wrong with me? Some guy, this is the same as, remember when you were in here and you're like, what's wrong with Jay? It's so easy to do. And then when you were in here, you couldn't do it. I hope you do remember that. Because that's all that's going on here. I feel so stupid. LOL, maybe I misheard who. No, you guys were all 100% on board. I am blowing it. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to cross off Porsche for the first East Coast feed. You want to know the topics of the next two? We can do Comic-Con or Great Adventure.
Comic-Con.
All right. Spin you guys around over here. Hi, Monique Marconi. We had a great time with you over at the museum the other day, and we talked all about it on Tuesday. So sorry if we didn't talk about it today. Sorry if you missed it. But love you guys. Hang on one second. I'm going to roll the East Coast feed here. It's our second one. Roll it out.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan, look, it's working the cast, man. Mr. Ryan, can you guess what we are? It's a really big structure on the west side of Manhattan, and it's Comic-Con weekend, so you know what we are. They're so embarrassing. She loves it. Don't get her wrong. Look at here we go.
Jacob
Boom,
Javits.
New York City Comic-Con. Brooke's
Jacob
excited.
Javits.
She bought more shit than I did so far. Right, babe? Yeah, just jewelry. It's okay. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys we love you. We're here at Comic-Con, and I'll give you a quick turnaround. You can see all the people getting interviewed and all this fun stuff. It's like, geek heaven. It's a lot of that stuff around here. Or a bunch of guys that don't get laid. Whatever.
Okay, couple things on that. Because Jay's got a story for everything, right? So here's the interesting. They were at the Jacob Javits Center. It's the Expo Hall in Manhattan, right? It's huge. It's owned by the city, I think, or maybe even the county. I can't remember. Maybe even the state. I don't know. But it was built by the mob. It's a huge thing. They talk all about it in Sopranos. It's significant in my life because that is where I, Jay Ryan, as a kid, got to meet and sit in the Back to the Future car when I was a kid. It was on that lower level, all the way in the back, and they had a couple movie cars there from the movie. They had the police car from the future, and like the bicycle, cop bicycle, and something else I can't remember, and one of the time machines. And it wasn't. I even knew then. I was like, this is not even close to the one in the movie. I was so I was so excited and so disappointed at the same time. Oh man! But I still have those pictures. There was like $5 or $10 Polaroid pictures you can get taken. I took 2 of them because I told the guy, I was like, can we do one with the door down? He's like, we're not gonna be able to see you. I was like, I don't care. I was like, we have pictures of me. I want pictures of this car. And it was before like I had a camera to go take my own. It's the truth. It's the truth. It goes deep, folks. It goes deep. You gotta come back with me. All right, kids, soccer time. Everyone gets a break from me tomorrow. See you all in a few weeks. Thank God. I'm sorry about that. I was looking forward to seeing you. Sorry we missed you last week, man. Have a great time and have fun at soccer. New York City Auto Show used to be good when I was a kid at Javits Center. Yeah. We were probably there at the same time, man. Probably not. I'm older than most people these days. I forget it. I forget. Especially during COVID, too, you know, because, like, there's a lot of turnover in population.
That's a big event space. I did TCA shit there.
You're talking about that? Yeah, all right. Yeah, me too.
Oh, shoot.
No, it's good. All right, one last one. One last East Coast feed. Oh, jeez, I'm supposed to do a TBT. God damn it. We got to get Dom in here. Dom, you're so patient. Thanks for being awesome.
No problem.
He's like, I showed up at 6:30. Can we please? I mean, I'm tired. I want to go home.
I'm avoiding traffic, so this is perfect.
Oh, that's
we can
true.
run until like 7 p.m. We're good to go.
That's true. Yeah, it won't be that late, but that's a good point. All right, so then I'll cross out Comic-Con, and I will play for you. Spin the Instagram audience around once again. Yeah, I like that. You can see Don, and there we go. And East Coast feed. Roll it, Hal. Great adventure.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan. Look, it's Brooke, the Casman, and Coraline. Coraline, can you tell Uncle Jane and Nicole, where did we go just now?
We went to the log room, but I was afraid of the big drop because I just didn't like it, and I am not gonna go that right now.
So we're at Great Adventure, and it's pouring rain today. Pouring rain.
Yeah,
So
it's great. It's a great day to come to a fucking amusement park.
it's a great adventure.
And my pants are soaking wet.
But you have a new Spider-Man sweatshirt that's nice and dry?
Yeah.
Yes, so we're soaking wet over here. It's Fright Fest. We try to brave it and see if it'll be any good, but we did a couple of rides, right? We did good. Now
Yeah,
we're
but
oh wait,
there was something wrong with the Jolly Roger, the Ferris wheel, and the Harlequin Crazy Train. We didn't know what it was, but at least we got to do Justice League and
and then
M&M ride and the log room, which is the one I didn't like.
okay. Hopefully you guys all got that. The 3 of our favorite rides are shut off today because of the rain, but we did some other ones. All right, that was it. Joanna signing off. Love you guys. Bye, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was worth it.
Oh, that was so good.
That was worth it. That little monkey is really something. She is growing up to be a hell of a little personality.
Oh, yeah.
Full of opinions and everything. Well, my pants are soaking wet. Oh, man. It brings such joy to me. I mean, we're watching her grow up here on the show, guys. Like, you don't probably know. Well, I guess you are too, but like this was my best friend from home, and like I held this baby when she was, I don't know, however old a baby is when you still hold it and it's little. And you know, the first couple months it was brand new, that kind of thing. And we haven't, you know, we've watched her walk and talk and all the things here on the show. And now watching her be a little person over at Great Adventure talking about the rides and the rain and what was open and what was closed. It's crazy. She's a little him too, by the way. It's awesome.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just watch them go. It's like,
It's hilarious watching them.
I just think of the Will Smith song in Mr. Mini Me. From the moment I heard Frau say I had a clone. I'd never be alone. Do you remember that? Mr. What the hell's his name? Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil and Mini Me, Vern Troyer. That's what we got going on here.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. Some guy, they grow up so fast. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Mr. Crispian is here. Hey, Mr. Crispian. We're so late on time. Sorry, short on time. So I'm going to not pick that up now, but if you come back on Tuesday, we'll pick it up. We should have time then. Next week, also, Gabe Abelson's here next week, if you recall. I'm excited about that. Former head writer for Letterman, former head writer for Leno. He will now be, I don't know if he's a writer on the show, but he will be running the writers department on this show, which he is helping amass. It's
the
crazy.
coolest.
So cool. And then that means that I get to learn how to perform written material for all of you, which means that eventually the show will get funny. Stay with us. Anytime now. Could happen any second. It might be tonight. It might be tonight. Probably after Gabe gets here, I'm guessing. But then it's going to be funny. Not before. Don't get confused. It won't be before. But eventually it's going to happen. Some guy and I, we're going to have a talk on Friday, right? You're coming up tomorrow. We're going to talk about, speaking of cars and comedy, we have an opportunity that has come our way that I think it would be silly to not take advantage of. And I think it would be very good for us, really all of us, everybody, but especially you and me creatively to take advantage of. None of that was for you. Just talking to my buddy Danny here. All right. I know we're so late, but I got to do this. You know what? No, we'll do the TBT is a GVBC video. I'm talking in code again. The TBT is a GVBC video. And being that Dom's here and it's all kind of on brand and whatever, that maybe I won't do it now. We'll close the show out with that. We'll talk to Dom and then we'll whatever, and then we'll just close the show out with that. I think that makes sense. So hang on for an interview with Dom and then also a video from GVBC as well. The radio voice is going very well. Oh, wait, do you mean me? I'll take it. Coming up at the top of the hour, I often play Hootie and the Blowfish, but the station wants me to play Neil Diamond. Love on the Rocks. Ain't no big surprise. I actually love Neil Diamond, so I don't even know what I'm talking about here. This is the improvs portion of the show. Killing time that we don't have. Okay, so we're going to do that later. So I got that out of the way. I do have to tell... Oh, and then I'm going to tell you about the GVBC merch. We'll do that at the end of the show, too. We'll do a whole QVC segment when Dom's out here. But I do have to tell you about some commercials in the meantime. Pay some bills here. Everyone's laughing. Good stuff. Glad you're laughing. Maybe it is getting funny. Who knew? They say... Here, let's get the Instagram audience up here. I don't know why they're not. Sorry. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. St. Clair Insurance has coverage for your toys. In fact, St. Clair Insurance shops the top providers so you get the best coverage. If I were you, I would check out St. Clair Insurance. Go to coverageforyourtoys.com. Coverageforyourtoys.com.
Coverageforyourtoys.com.
And check out St. Clair Insurance. This is my privilege. This is my favorite one every time. If all of our sponsors had props, this would be no problem. It is my privilege to tell you that the best bubbles in the world are brought to you by Bubbletree. Bubbletree, the American Bubble Company. Made in USA. Let me look this up real quick because I couldn't think of what it was the other day, and then it was so simple. It was non-toxic. It was eco-friendly. I couldn't think of environmentally friendly. First eco-friendly sustainable bubble system that uses a non-toxic bubble solution that's made in the USA. Shop now on Amazon. Right there. Bubbletree. Thank you, Bubbletree. We have a lifetime supply of bubbles from Bubbletree. They don't give us money, but and they don't ask me to do this, but I like doing it because they took a chance on us. They sent us cases of bubbles before we even did start using them on the show. So I'm grateful to those guys. And the main guy who knows me is also a Porsche guy. So there's that.
Oh, wow.
So there's that.
I like that the car people we know with kids like them.
Yeah, I get asked for these bubbles a lot. On Tuesday, we got asked from producer Aaron. He took some home.
That's great.
And David, gave him a refill station for the ones he's got at his home with his kids. It's great. Bubbletree. Check it out.
David
also for weddings, I think. It's good for weddings these days because you're not supposed to do rice or whatever it used to be because birds were exploding and stuff. Falling out of the sky. It was terrible. The rice would expand in their stomachs. And
Yeah. I'm a chick.
Might be Alka-Seltzer. I get them confused.
It was the thing with weddings for a while for girls. The rice expands.
I know, then they switched to birdseed. I'm just kidding. They did birdseed for a bit, but now I think bubbles is cooler. And now it's my privilege to tell you on behalf of Jay and Nicole Ryan. I'm going to do this on behalf of Nicole. Oh, it's not the right one. Damn it. God damn it. That's right, friends. For the Art Fern fans. That's a ninja skill. How does one even eat a bubble? I don't know. Good question. Fajita could probably tell you. I think Fajita was chasing bubbles one day. Porsche Club Kuwait is here. You guys have an amazing Instagram. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Auto Kennel is here. Love you, my brother. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Hope everything works out. Also, do you know if Pete McNulty's coming tomorrow? Because I want to send him a message, and none of this is for you either. On behalf of Nicole Ryan from Late Night Playset, she is reminding you to please like, subscribe, and comment below. This feeds the internet algorithm and eventually her as well. Isn't she getting skinny? Please be a pal, like, subscribe, and comment below. It will be fire. If you couldn't tell by the smoke behind us, the fire is... oh, gosh, I don't have a camera for that. There we go. It's immense. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. And the laser light show has started.
Oh, my.
Did I do everything we have to do? Can I take a break and get our guest in here? I feel like we've been... Oh, good grief. I can't... This is ridiculous. What did they say the other day? Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong? LFMO, Smoke Show. Yeah, we're doing it all. Sweet. Okay. Did I do this? We're good? Somebody?
I believe so.
All right, good. Thanks. All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is another one. They don't give us money for this, but I love doing it. I love doing it. We are going to take a break and listen to these brief messages from our friends at Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce, the hot sauce made by bears. Right after that, we're going to be joined by our buddy Dom. You mean that chair there. Hot sauce now, Dom in a minute in that chair. Now hot sauce, then Dom. Everybody got it?
Got it.
Hot sauce, then Dom. Got it. I want you to hang around because Dom's coming after the hot sauce. Don't get confused.
I'll be here.
All right, right after this, we're going to clear the smoke, and Dom Jones from Dom's Garage will be in here to tell us all about the driver's prep package you can get from his automotive prep detailing services. All right, more to come right after this. Hilarious.
Oh, so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by bears. Garlic and serrano mixed with love and care. You can put it on your eggs, pour it on your rice. It's great on a leg, it's better on a slice. It's oh so delicious. It's the hot sauce made by bears. Oh, so delicious hot sauce. Great on everything except oatmeal.
Get your bottle today at ohsodelicious.org. $1 from every bottle sold goes to the National Military Family Association.
There you go. What are you driving today? 63 356B. Hey, 111. What are you driving today? Here we go. Oh, this is fun, David. Thumbs up for sure. This just proves that you don't have to go fast to have fun. You don't have to go fast. Can you see my smile already? Okay, I'm impressed. You don't need to stick it. He's already got it. My car's going to feel slow as balls after this, I'll tell you that. Pedal down. Yeah, baby.
My best to clear it. The air conditioning kicked off the moment the commercial break started, so it is what it is. But I am excited that we are sitting here with our buddy Dom. If you haven't gotten sick of us yet, how about one more hour or at least close to it? What's up, my brother? How are you?
Good.
Thank you for being here. I know you from Breakfast Club. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and telling everyone else about you here. But where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Yellowcar? Do you want to start with how you got into cars? I want to tell everybody what you did, but
I'll start. Yeah, I'll start with how I got into cars. I'll completely just ignore my whole military service for right now because that'll be 5 more episodes, and not because I'm interesting, but just because there's so much crazy stuff that has happened to me.
Well, I do want to talk a little bit about that, but I guess as much as we're able to, so it's up to you.
So I I grew up in cars. My first car show, I was 3 years old. I have pictures from like up in Monterey when I was like 6, next to the purple Lamborghini Miura.
Oh yeah.
And like obviously I'd been going to car shows, like I said, since I was 3. But that Miura was kind of what started it for me. The purple Miura, like I was in my full suit and everything. I have to find this.
The
picture
color
my
got
dad
under your
has.
skin or something?
Yeah,
That's what it was.
it was something about that. And my uncle had a shop growing up. He had a Mercedes shop, so I grew up learning how to kind of work on Mercedes, drive that type of stuff. And then my dad also had a detailing company back in the 80s. He used to work on Bigfoot. He used to work on their whole
You told me
fleet.
this morning. The actual Bigfoot. Like
the
Bigfoot,
monster
barefoot,
truck.
grave diggers, Sunday, Nassau Coliseum.
So he had just so much cool stuff he worked on growing up. And
That must have been a lot of armor all for Bigfoot. Sorry.
And it was just one of those that, I don't know, like, got into cars. I was never one of those. I mean, you've seen me up at Good Vibes. Like, I get excited when trucks come up, when old cars come up, when JDM stuff comes up.
Yeah, you don't have a type.
I don't have a type. I have, like, everyone thinks I'm specifically, they see me in my Mercedes and they're like, oh, you only like Mercedes. No. I'm a Mopar kid at heart. Like the 68, 69 Charger.
Well, that's another thing. We're going to drive that on. You asked before off the commercial. We're going to drive generally on the show, too.
Oh, yeah.
A
So
69.
when everyone else was growing up watching Dragon Ball Z and, doing all of that, I was watching Dukes of Hazzard. I was watching Chips. I was watching Knight Rider. That was my childhood. So
But you're so much younger than me. Why were you watching that stuff? Was it on Nick at Night or
just
something?
what I liked. And
Awesome.
I mean, I found, it was what I liked. It was the only thing that really grabbed me as a kid that I actually had interest in because I'm all over the place on everything. But
do you know what it
cars
was about those shows that drew you in?
I like numbers, which is weird to say, but like I like math. I like numbers, so cars make sense to me. Everything's numbers.
Technical things?
3.4 liter, 396, all these like different numbers. I can remember that. You ask me where I put my shoes, I don't remember.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
are you
it's
good with like Bitcoin and shit like that?
I just started investing in some stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah, so that was over the pandemic, and actually, my friend made a good point. He's like, well, everything crashed, so he's like, worst case scenario, this is the best time to try it at least and see if you do
100%.
okay
Just
on it.
a little closer.
Yep,
you're good.
So yeah, that's kind of how that had like.
So you were okay. So the shows with cars in them.
Shows with cars made sense
gotcha.
because it was interesting. It was numbers, and then I think I told you about detailing from a young age. When I was 8, my dad figured at 8 years old I could start working on wheels and tires because it's hard to mess up wheels and tires. So for 2 years I could only do wheels and tires until I got perfect at wheels and tires. And then he was like, "All right, you can do the chrome and the exhaust." So
But your dad wasn't just picky; he had a business, right?
He did. So
this to me though, it sounds like a sushi chef who is teaching someone out, like a young whatever, and it's like 2 years you don't even touch the fish. We're just working on rice work,
Yeah,
it's all
and
of that
prep
type
work
of thing.
and
Yeah.
And so that's what the big thing is. I got good at the little stuff first. So to me, it's those little things that matter. And like I always like my big hashtag for when I detail is like detailing's about the details. So when I did Sergio, Pops, I did his Cobra. He had driving gloves, like leather driving gloves. So they go with the car.
So you did the gloves
I
too.
did the gloves too. It's little tiny touches like that, and it's not.
That
it
is
takes,
a detail I've never seen done before. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
and it's one of those things where it's. Like I said, yours is I know your car's character. If I know the driver, it makes it a lot easier. If you know what type of driver they are, what kind of character they are, the things that they look at, the things that they like. I stayed away specifically on yours from your smoking tire stickers on the side where they're rock. Yeah, because I know that's an area that gets hit a lot, and it's your patina.
Oh, because of the patina.
Because
you
of
didn't
the
want
patina.
to take off the patina. Of course.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So I work like I told you that I love working on patina cars. It's something that just. It shows that it's driven. It shows that it's, not a garage queen, not a trailer queen. And like, I always, it doesn't matter car show or track. If I see a car come on the trailer, I'm not impressed anymore. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be like $20 million car. And I'm like, you trailered it here.
How cool was it when Pagani brought
the
Pagani
wire
up
out,
and they had Johnny drive it? Johnny Lieberman.
It was amazing. And it's one of those things like, especially
They had a team following it, but they had him drive it.
And they
up.
let
That
him
was
drive
awesome.
it, and they had him bring it to an event and open it up and show to people. And that's what these cars are for.
Yeah.
And so it's something that I understand, like, yeah, there's a value to them also, but like the people who really, really care about these cars and stuff, they're going to see like the character of it, all the work that goes into it, the little tiny like nitpicky things on it. And so
And you have to know, you yourself, you have to know whether to remove those or leave them.
Correct, exactly.
Because of the personality you were talking about before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so like the way I did my car isn't a way I would do anybody's I'm working on, because mine I touch it a lot, and mine I know I'm always putting new product on and kind of testing it. So all the hard to clean areas that I don't want to deal with are ceramic coated. But everything else, like my gray bumpers, my chrome wheels, like the headlights, the glass, I don't want to deal with that. I just want easy, clean stuff.
Right.
But on the paint, I want it to look more classic and have that old school paste wax look.
Yes.
So it only lasts maybe a month or two, but it gives it that classic look on my car.
Yes.
But I would never do that if somebody asked me, hey, can you do this? And then I put barely any protection on their car, you know, and I'm like, all right, bye.
No, you're hilarious. But that's what I kind of wanted in the beginning because of the whole thing. And then you had to explain to me, I don't know, it's like being a kid and going to the dentist. You get all that stuff and then no fluoride treatment.
Yeah.
There's no protectant whatsoever. So the moment you go have a hamburger, or the moment we go drive up to the crest or whatever, now the paint is totally pure and just sucking up all these imperfections
it just
and everything
absorbs
else.
all the dirt because you just exactly like you said, if you don't put the protection down afterwards. And that's why, so yours, we'll get to the package real quick, because what I did on yours, since you brought it up, it's like a detail or a driver's protection package. So this is for cars that are driven up the crest a lot, driven up canyons in general a lot, get a lot of rock chips, cars you take on the track, stuff that you're actually going to beat up, but you actually like driving it. But also a lot of those people who drive their cars, it's not that they leave them dirty because they don't care. It's that they leave them dirty because they don't know exactly the amount of detailing to do on it.
Oh, interesting.
So a lot of the times they're like, hey, I want this to be glossy and look new again, but I don't know, somebody wants to give me a full PPF and paint protection, and sometimes that is the route to go, but that's when you first get it. If you first get it, you want to protect it as best you can when you first get it, awesome. If not, if you're going to drive it, you're going to beat it up, you're not really too concerned about it, but you still want it to look nice. So what yours consisted of was full iron decon, which you saw,
that
which
was
is
fun
really cool.
watching it. Yeah, the car
changed
turned
to purple and
car
pull
turned
all
red
the,
and purple, and it started bleeding.
Yeah, so it starts bleeding all the contaminants out. It's that strip wash.
This is from the paint. I'd seen this on wheels before, but I'd never seen it on paint.
The paint, it'll do it too, because a lot of people don't realize. I mean, especially where we live, industrial fallout, the rail, the brakes,
so many commercial airports.
Yeah, so there's all kind of fallout that'll get in your paint, and you don't really see it. On white cars, you'll see it. It's those little orange dots that people think is rust, and it's not. It's just
or pollen. I think I probably
or pollen a lot of the time. But so it gets that out, and then I did a strip wash on it and clayed it. And then,
I missed that strip wash.
Yeah, sorry, you got to pay extra for that.
Was there a bikini involved?
You can pay like an extra on that.
Hilarious.
That's the side. We'll talk about that.
Bikini dom wash.
Yeah. But the so it and then one step polish, because a lot of the times if you're driving your car the way you do and the way most of us do, where we beat it up, we don't want a fully, like you said, you don't want a fully polished, perfect glass.
I didn't.
Because then as soon as you get one scratch on it, you're going to lose your mind. And you're like, I just want to put this in a garage and never drive it. And that's not what they're for.
It's never what will be, right?
Yeah, but your one-step polish still pulls out like 80% of your imperfection and your scratches and stuff. Like all the big stuff's still going to be there, your really deep scratches, but it gets a lot more of the light scratches. So it doesn't look like that, the little like swirl marks you see everywhere.
Yeah, and I think I told you ours was windows out resprayed 5 years ago, and you're the first person to touch it. So, Smoking Tire had, they do that foam bath, and they,
which is a great maintenance way. That's how I keep mine.
And that's how it got clean and shiny. But no one has touched the paint since it was put on.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it was awesome, though, to see that. Like you even said, it's a lot, just the deepness of the gloss on there.
I told you it was going to be a thick candy, like an M&M candy shell.
Yeah, and
it
so
is.
It's awesome. And then you just put, I use a spray graphene coating for that.
Graphene?
Yeah, graphene. So it's a little bit harder than ceramic. It still only gives it's a spray,
ceramic plus one more.
Yeah, it's still a spray coating. So the problem is you'll get a lot of these people telling you, "Oh, I'm going to ceramic coat your car," and they spray coat your car. It's still durable. It still gives you like 6 to 9 months protection depending on how you store it. If it's inside car, outside car, all those type of things. Mm-hmm. But it's not a full 2-3 year plus ceramic coating in the little glass bottles. Gotcha. Yeah, so that's the big difference there. But
I didn't want that. right? I mean,
no,
you
want
didn't give me that
yeah.
'cause I
So
didn't
that was
want
the
that.
initial. Yeah, the initial thing. Yeah, you didn't want a full ceramic.
Our car would
coat.
look weird if it
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
And so you had said something about that. You're like, I want some kind of protection, but I don't want like a full ceramic. Plus, like full
I was just
ceramic.
I was
it about-
afraid. The reason we stopped washing our car in the first place was because it was so effing shiny that it looked nuclear in photos. It looked radioactive. So we started to stop washing it to cut some of that sheen.
Yeah.
And it seems to have that sheen back, but luckily the photos are gorgeous and everything, so maybe it's okay now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll.
But I was really concerned with it being that way again, and I was like, well, we don't want that.
Well, I think it helps that you have the stickers because it puts so much contrast
Breaks it
on
up.
there now. Yeah, that it breaks it up a lot.
That's a good
and
point.
so it does give it it gives it that shiny glossiness that you were talking about, but also it's going to be so much easier to clean. That's the biggest reason. Like all this protection is for is so that when you do clean it, it's way easier. It maintains it. You have extra coating on the front bumpers, on the headlights, on the back areas that get kicked up by rocks. Essentially everywhere that's going to get the most dirt has extra protection. So
What does extra protection mean? Did you put it... Biff, did you put 2 coats of wax on? Like, what is
essentially,
it?
yeah, actually, Back to the Future. Did you put 2 coats?
just
and
asking.
it's
It's
just
funny that you're here today.
Yeah, so 2 coats.
Don't con me.
It's 2 coats of the coating instead of just one.
Got
and
it.
your one would be your doors, the soft
Surfaces,
hit areas.
yeah.
The soft hit areas that don't get a ton of damage that are easier to clean.
But theoretically, putting 2 coats on really does something? Because to me, it's all invisible.
So
You know what I
the
mean?
problem is it does up to a point, and I like a lot of old detailers you'll see they'll sit out there all day and put 10 coats on their car.
But aren't they taking it off the moment they're...
After the second or third coat, they're not really doing anything because your first coat lays your base level down, and even if you are perfect and make sure you hit every point, once you remove it, there's still some areas that might not have it. So doubling up on it just makes sure
you have
covered
full coverage.
Yeah, full coverage for your toys.
Hey, very nice.
And
this guy.
So, yeah, and that's pretty much what it does. And it's just one of those things. Like I told you, I know you said you don't take it to wash it a lot, but you take it to a paste.
We've been so lucky
Yeah.
because of Smoking Tire that whenever I go down to do a podcast, the Westside Collector Storage facility is so amazing and his staff is so amazing that I always was lucky enough to get the car washed when we were down there. So that was all it was. It was not like I'm so nobody touches our car. Not fair. Like it wasn't that at all.
Yeah, but it's definitely like I was telling you, if you get the chance to self wash it, where you can use the pressure wash on it and stuff, it's just awesome to see. It's so rewarding to clean your car the first time after it's been really, really detailed. It's so you just see the dirt off of everything.
Theoretically saying because of all this, it'll just hose off now. That's kind of funny.
Cool.
I think of the in the movies when they change the color of a car. Some
like
bad
Cannonball Run where they change it from the white to red.
Of course they did it in Cannonball. That's probably the first place I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I think of that movie. Doesn't matter now. But some movie called The Jackal. Did you ever see that? I actually love this movie, but it's not very good. But Jack Black's in it barely, and it's very dark. The main guy's what's his name? Die Hard. Bruce Willis. You ever hear it?
The name of it. I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think
I've seen Jack. No, but I'm a huge 80s. I love 80s and 90s movies, so it's wild to me that I haven't seen that one. It's on the list now, though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Richard Gere's the other guy, too.
Oh,
okay.
it's
good. It's all good people.
Yeah.
It's a good mix.
Is it Richard Gere? I might have made that up. Whatever. Check it out, The Jackal. It's good. I don't know why we talked about that. Oh, God, in that. He's this guy. He's this guy. He's going to shoot the president or whatever, but to get away with it, that's not the same minivan. It's a different color because he's got this thing and, he makes it from white to red or whatever. Probably just like the Cannonball. Gosh, should have just gone with your reference. Much shorter. Much shorter. All right, so back to the car. Go ahead.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah, no, so that's it. It's just a driver's protection package. It's like $650 for that job specifically for that.
You
but
did the wheels too,
including the wheels. If you want to add ceramic coating on the wheels, it's like $100 more. If it's a black car, it's $50 more because black cars are just an extra pain, and they need a different polish too. So I use a different polish on black cars, which a lot of people don't do, and they don't realize that like there are specific black polishes for black paint that brings that depth back in. And also SUVs are more. I mean, the SUVs,
Size,
trucks,
yeah,
or a Rolls Royce. I've done a Rolls Royce, and it is the same price as an SUV because it's just as big as an SUV.
Plus the details.
Yeah, they're so wild.
When you talk about it, $100 more for ceramic coating wheels, is it a pain in the ass to ceramic coat wheels because of all of the ins and outs? For everything you were saying before, getting all the coverage?
It depends on the wheels. If they're off the car, it's so much easier. It's like
then you can just work on it on the floor.
Yeah, so I've done a few like where I'll do them as soon as people get new wheels. They're like, hey, I want them ceramic coated. Perfect. I'll prep it while it's off the car. You put it on. And
beautiful.
And it just makes it, I mean, driving a European car, brake dust is our worst nightmare. Like
it's everywhere. It gets
it's
into everything.
everywhere.
It's
It's on
invasive,
everything.
corrosive.
So yeah, it's more of the fact that the coating, it doesn't use a ton of coating to do wheels, but the prep work is a nightmare for ceramic coating. So that's why a lot of the times I tell people like what your guys' job versus if I did the same job on your car but with a ceramic coating, it would be double the price.
Wow.
Because the prep work, when you're ceramic coating, everything you're putting under there, it's like a thin layer of glass. So you have to think about the fact that everything under there is there, and you've now locked it in.
Wow.
So a lot of these people who will do, oh yeah, I'll ceramic coat your car, they'll wash it, and then they just coat over it, and you've got a bunch of junk in your paint.
My Lord.
Yeah.
So it's more akin to like a paint booth almost, like as far as the decontaminants and stuff like that. Any little dust or whatever is going to get.
So even
I didn't know that. I thought it was a wax seal. I thought it was a sealant, like a.
No, it's not
Pro
like the
Seal,
old
like one of the
school,
things we used to sell at the car dealership.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Like the technology, honestly, in the last 5 years alone for detailing stuff is moving so quick that it's like, just stay good at something because like there was ceramic coating and that was huge for a while. Now there's graphene coatings and I use graphene coatings. But next, I guarantee you within the next year or so, there's going to be some new crazy hardest material thing.
But all these things are so stinking good these days.
Yeah,
they
they're
really
amazing.
are incredibly
They're absolutely
good.
stunning.
It's basically like Knight Rider now. Remember he had that whatever his impenetrable shell was. Remember that?
So I have Amber's Civic, my fiance's Civic. I got sponsored at SEMA 2019 for her Civic when I went, and it was a new ceramic coating company, Liquid Armor, and they're awesome, good. What's weird is they're a really good company, but I haven't seen a ton of their stuff online. I don't know if they don't push their marketing as much.
Liquid Armor?
Liquid Armor, yeah. And so I used a 1-year coating from them on her Civic, and of course, the detailer's rain dance is put a lot of work into your own car. It works every time. So I did her car. Absolutely. I did her car.
Is that why you said you wouldn't normally show, like you show up to places with a clean car? Because, okay.
Oh, yeah. Because if I do it, like if I just wash my cars for fun at home, it rains. It's been months before out here, and it hasn't. Okay, my wife calls it my rain dance. And like, seriously, I've been like, okay, cool. It's a really good weather all week. I'm going to wash 3 of the cars at the house. And the next day it's pouring rain. I'm like,
isn't it supposed to rain here like Monday or something?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's supposed to, SoCal's supposed to get blanketed for the next couple weeks.
But that's because I have to clean up my car for a show on Sunday. So that's why.
That's why. Yeah, there you go.
They just pre-scheduled
Monday morning,
it
it'll be here. Yeah.
So her car I did. And we never get snow up in the Antelope Valley, like pretty much never. In California alone, it's rare enough in Southern California. But it was the week before Thanksgiving, and that year, crazily enough, we got snow Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, I ceramic coated her car a week before Thanksgiving.
Whoa.
And we took it out in the snow, and I was like, we got like snow. Like I lived on the East Coast for a little bit for military and stuff, and like Chicago. So we got like, it was 4 or 5 inches.
Chicago's not the East Coast.
No,
all right.
Chicago,
Midwest.
Florida. I was out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Virginia. So I was out in those areas for military. But Chicago's where I got the most snow.
Of course.
But so we were
Lake
getting
effect.
I think it was 4 inches of snow we got, and so I was like, all right, cool, we'll take this. Yeah, not a lot for out there, but it's a lot for up here.
Yeah.
And so we took the Civic out, and it was crazy because we go driving around in the snow, and
I was from Rochester. It's basically Canada.
That's where my dad's from.
It doesn't stop snowing all winter long.
Yeah, my dad is from Rochester.
On the roads. It's so cold and dry.
Yeah, he lived in Rochester for 8 years, so he was born out there, and then he moved to, I forget what part of Virginia after that. But so we take the Civic out, and I like drove it in the snow, and I'm like, there's no snow on the car. Like the car's dry. I have pictures of
hilarious.
it. I have pictures of it in the snow, and it's like I drove it there, but there's nothing on the car.
Hilarious.
And the water and the dirt still gets on the car, like which you have to hose off and stuff. But like there's so many. We were talking about magic. This lasts forever. It's a million-year coating. It's not magic. Dirt still gets on the car. Brake dust still happens. It's just when it's on there, it's easier to clean. I have to like preface that because some people are like, so since my car's ceramic coated, can I just like hose it down and drive it away? And I'm like, it's a little more than that. Do you have DI water? Do you have like special? There's more steps to it.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people are like, oh, my car's ceramic coated. I never have to touch it again. It'll never get dirty. I could park it in
This
dirt.
is an investment.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
$1,200, but it was an investment.
Yeah.
Now the car stays good. It's like, well, until you have to do that again, that's another $1,200.
Yeah. So it's definitely one of those things. And like I said, I ceramic coat a lot of stuff, and it's worth it for the protection levels you get. Some of them are like 5 years now. It's insane.
And they actually hold to it?
They'll hold to it,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
But you have to do so much prep, so much maintenance, and the proper maintenance on it. 90% of the damage you see on cars, where you'll see them all look scratched and swirled up, is because they were washed improperly. It's not even like it's nothing else. It's like, honestly, if you leave your car for 6 months and don't touch it, or if you wash it wrong every week, your car's going to look worse if you wash it wrong every week.
That's the answer. People don't know the damage they're doing. You know, home school people who are
using the brush, the self-wash.
That's egregious.
Taking it from their wheel and then putting it on the paint.
That's egregious
it's
to me.
It's so painful.
But it's simply people who have been washing their car at years the way their parents have for years at home with a single bucket.
Yeah.
Ooh, top to bottom. That's good. Then you know.
I sent a picture to. I don't remember if I tagged the Good Vibes guys, but I know I tagged the Riff Raff guys when I saw it one time. And this like.
Are you a Riff Raff? Are you in the Riff Raff group?
I am. Yeah.
But I texted you and it was green.
Yeah.
Which means you don't have an iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone. I know. I'm the outlier still.
All right, because see,
crazy.
This place is full of freaking conundrums and loopholes. Because I asked these guys, well, what's it? Well, the only requirement is you have to have an iPhone. And then I texted you before, and I was like, oh, that's funny. I thought he was in the
I do a lot of this stuff through Instagram with everybody, but I don't have an iPhone.
I love all those guys, but I
like
can't do group texts. I don't have the brain for group texts.
Okay.
Don't have it. I will never be.
It's the old man.
It's not personal. I leave every single one immediately because I can't.
Here's my thing. I can follow a group text until like I'm busy for 2 hours.
Hang on.
And then I'm busy for 2 hours.
I can follow the thread.
Yeah.
It's intrusive in my life because this is my work.
I do something for like 2 hours, and then I come back, and there's 32 messages, and I'm like, I'm out of this group now. I don't know anything you guys were talking about.
There's no time. The river kept flowing while I got out. It's different water now.
Yeah. So I sent the picture, though, to them. I remember tagging everybody because I see this mobile detailing service, and this dude is using a push broom, like an actual push broom on somebody's car. And I was like, oh my gosh, do I go inside and tell them? Like, I'm like, no, it's not my thing. Like,
no, it's not your business.
It's wild though, because a lot of these mobile detailers are, hey, I got bored during COVID and I watched some cool YouTube videos and now I know how to wash cars.
Yeah, you can watch one of Larry Casella's, the Ammo USA guy
yeah, he's
or whatever.
Awesome. He's
Ammo
amazing.
NYC.
Yeah.
He's Matt Farah's friend. I think they used to own
they grew up
business
together.
I think they used to own a detailing business together, right, as kids?
Yeah.
You watch any of his videos, and I'm an expert.
Yeah.
Because he makes it look easy.
And
you made it look easy today, watching you.
Yeah, he explains to you everything you do. And it's the same way, like I tell people that, because one of my friends, it was Danny actually, shout out to some guy in a 997.
Oh, I love Danny.
And he said one time, he's like, are you concerned? Because like some of my bottles are labeled and some of them are completely mislabeled and they're not what they say they are at all. Because I know what it is, even if other people don't. But he's like, are you concerned if people see what you're using that they can do your work? And I'm like, no, because just because they have the same product doesn't mean they can get the same results.
It certainly seems that way though.
Yeah.
Like you're cloaking all your stuff, you're greeking all this stuff. Like, oh yeah, just Frosted Flakes, guys. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
Yeah, so like
Soap
even when I use like some stuff that is what it says on it, like I don't mind. I'll let you know what to use. Like I told you, I'm going to let you know what to use to maintain your leather. It's just because
I probably won't do it.
Just
don't forget to floss.
Just because you're using the same product doesn't mean you'll get the same results. You know?
Straight up.
So it's one of those.
I'm a big believer in that. Technique makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
You apprenticed under your dad basically under this when you were 8 years old, and then you've been.
So I was doing
working
it on
it
the
ever
side.
since.
Yeah, I did it a lot growing up. As a teenager, I was one of those kids that was taught like, hey, you have a first car and like care about it. Like my El Camino is actually one of my favorite stories about detailing. It's a 76 El Camino, and gosh, it was ugly. I loved it to death. I love it.
This was your first car?
Yeah, this was my first car. So I got it when I was 15 and a half. I was in auto shop, so everyone always saw it, and it was a farm truck when I got it, like literally a farm truck, and it had the
Like,
camper
was it even
shell on
registered?
it.
Like, just-
No, it was registered
Okay.
still, but it had like a camper shell on it. It ran on like 5 out of the 8 cylinders. It had the ugliest bug guard on a rectangular car. A straight up and down bug guard looked so weird. So
And
I
it was
pulled
an El
that up.
Camino with a camper back?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a weird car. It's
Yeah.
just a station wagon now.
Yeah, and I got that car, and it was so 70s. It was cream on the top and like brown in the middle. It was really bad color combo.
What on the
Just
bottom?
Cream again. It was 2-tone, 3-tone. Yeah.
I know what you mean. It had that center
Yeah, it had
section.
that center
But
section.
generally, it was brown with the cream being the lighter. It was like the
Yeah.
lighter was generally the
they
accent.
did it backwards.
That's
and
awful.
I'm telling you, this thing was so ugly. But I loved it to death. It was my first car.
Totally.
And
Plus,
so,
El Caminos were cool even always.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
And
That's the half car, half
spent-
pickup truck thing.
I spent a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, detailing this thing, and like I'm not even kidding. Like the chrome was like brand new on it. The
Beautiful.
wheels looked amazing. The paint was super shiny, which is funny that the paint was shiny because like there was no clear coat on half of the hood, but it was still shiny. You could see shiny matte finish. It was
Yep.
the weirdest look, on that like
I
old
know exactly
school.
what you mean.
And so
Like it was still worn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I took it back to school, and somebody saw my car and they were like, "Oh my gosh, did you repaint your car?" And I said, "Dude, if I repainted my car, I wouldn't repaint it this
keep
ugly
that,
color.
I would use that money for something else too.
Yeah, I was like, "No, I didn't repaint it the same ugly color. It just was that big of a change because it looked like I mean, it was straight a farm truck for like 10 years before I got it.
Yeah.
So it looked like absolute garbage. So nobody could believe it was
Brought
the
it
same.
back to life.
So it's one of those things where it's a passion for me.
Was that your first success story? That was your first car, so I'm guessing.
Well, that was my first personal success. Yeah, I grew up working on other stuff with my dad. The first time I was allowed to wax something was our 308 GTS, our Quattro valve, the Ferrari.
Wow.
So yeah, the
At that
Magnum
point-
PI style. That was being able to wax that one. I was like,
At that point, you're touching paint, and it's nice paint, nice
Oh,
Italian
yeah.
paint.
So that was just an awesome car to like be able to.
You mentioned your dad had this business, but he also was a car collector as well.
Yeah, so my dad is a car collector. He hasn't been up to GVBC yet.
What's up with that?
Bugging him on it.
Too far?
No, he lives in the same place I live.
Not into cool people?
He
Fun
loves
stuff?
he loves going to stuff, but he's getting to that like he wants it to be perfect. And I'm like, Dad, this is not a car show.
Oh, he wants the car to be perfect before the people see
exactly.
it. I get
And
that
so-
mentality, but
yeah,
that's
and
not our crew.
No, and I told him, I'm like, this is the furthest thing from a car show. Like, we all got as excited
car
about the 93 Camry as we did about the Senna.
We all
Like,
did.
we were like, what? You got a 93 Camry and you're restoring it? And, like, it's such a cool thing. And it's just as exciting because it's just people. It's everyone's, character up at GVBC that we hang out. So, like, he'll be up there before the end of the year. He swears by it.
What's your dad's name?
William.
William, it would be very nice to meet you up there. I'm just saying, the missus and I would love to meet you up there. We are big fans of your boy here.
So, yeah, he will be up by the end of the year, probably in his Brabus wagon. That's his.
Oh, pardon me. That's awesome.
That's his baby. He's got other cars that I enjoy a lot more because they're just better driver cars. But like that thing.
If you're at an age, that's the car that does everything.
Oh yeah. Oh,
comfortably.
It's comfortable. It's quick.
You're as fast
it's
as a
just
Corvette.
So nice. That car is so nice to drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who, all right, so the goal here is to educate people. And obviously, if we can sell some details and whatever in the meantime for you, that would be great too.
Yep.
But also, like, do you have any, like, home remedy recommendations for people? Do you have any advice for people just simply to better maintain their cars? Like, there's a lot of people who don't know they're making mistakes. Are there regular mistakes you see that you could give people a couple pointers?
Yeah, so a couple of things. And like you said, I do like the idea of selling details, but also I'm not a salesman.
No,
my
that's
work
why
talks
I
for
did
itself.
that, because he said he wasn't going to do it.
My work talks for itself, and most of my stuff has been through word of mouth because I do it, that. But for maintenance stuff and for keeping up your cars, if you have access to, a hose at home, it's a lot easier. And you want to use your 2-bucket method, use dirt traps at the bottom so that you don't take dirt from the car, put it in the bucket, and then just put it back on the car.
That's what I was talking about before.
Yeah.
That's what we all did as kids. We didn't know any better.
And I have a separate, I don't know if you noticed, but I always have a separate bucket for wheels and tires. And I do wheels and tires first because all that grime and stuff, if you do your paint and then go to the wheels and tires and kick it back up on the paint,
interesting.
Running back down. So I always do wheels and tires first.
Do you they don't use acid anymore, right?
Yeah, no, they still have.
Oh, they do still
so
use
there are
acid.
still acid-based wheel cleaners. I use a non-acid-based wheel cleaner unless I need to use acid. So even if you use an acid-based, you need to cut it and you have to know what you're doing with it. Just don't use acid-based wheel cleaner if you don't know what you're doing. That's another big save.
You'll ruin your wheels too,
Don't
right?
use. Yeah. Oh yeah. It'll mess up your wheels. It'll eat through your clear coat.
Take the clear coat off. Yeah. That's what used to happen at Saturn at the car wash.
And don't use Armor All dressing. There's other dress, like everyone uses the word Armor All for tire dressing or rubber dressing. There's
tire
other,
shine.
Yeah, and like I'm not saying Armor All doesn't have any good products, but their tire dressing is a very oily and like it's just it pretty much
of residue.
It winds up causing more damage than it like helps. So
what I don't like is it doesn't stay on the tire. It goes all over
it slings
your quarter
on the whole
panels
car.
and everything.
Yeah. So you always want to use one, like make sure you know what you're using with the dressings. Like there's so much little stuff. It's almost like, how do you want to maintain your wheels? How do you want to maintain your? But honestly, like people can talk to me. I'm a very I like having this, like I have this knowledge for nobody else, you know, so I may as well share it.
So if people see it, they can talk to you.
Yeah, they can talk
ask
to me. They can
questions as
message me, even like basic stuff like, hey, like how do I maintain my interior? How do I do this? Like, and it's way easier. Like I said, once you have the detail done, it's easier to maintain.
Right.
But it's hard. A lot of people don't know how to get it to that step in the first place
on their own.
And there are good videos to watch online, but also it's like anything else, you know. It's like I think TikTok's the one. Like I don't watch TikTok. I'm too old for that. I don't really understand it.
Yeah, too fast paced for me.
Yeah, but how they'll put stuff is like they'll show you a product on TikTok and they're like, oh, use this, and then they show you like 10-second clips, and then you're supposed to know how you're like a master at it supposedly, even though nobody really knows what's going on.
That doesn't
and the
work
problem
for me.
is
I'm too old.
that's the level of knowledge that people will get. And then try to go and start their own thing. Like if you're really interested,
they're an expert because they watch 10 seconds on TikTok. Holy crap!
So go and watch videos, like watch in depth, like how to clean my wheels, how to clean tires, and there's.
Oh, this is your advice to other people. Go watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah, so watch the YouTube videos, but watch steps. Don't try to master keeping your car perfect out of nowhere. Do little tiny steps. Do practice. Look at the type of stuff that's out there for it. Even like. As far as like tire dressings, like here's a like easy point. There's tire dressings. It drives Amber crazy. I have like 15 different tire dressings, and she's like, why?
For different purposes?
For different
applications?
Purposes. Exactly. So when I'm working on a classic
this
car,
one's for Goodyear, this one's for Pirelli. I've got my Michelin products over here.
So when I'm working on a classic car, I like it to have more of a matte look because it's a period appropriate look for it.
That's what I prefer as well.
Yeah, and on chrome wheels, I like shinier tire dressing because it matches with it. Depending on the color of the paint or the type of car, if it's really bright or really metallic, you can use kind of a in between one. So it's really just down to the
personal preference.
Yeah, personal preference.
What did you use on Yellowcar and why?
I used it's called Smart Dressing, and it's one.
Oh, thank you.
It's one that it gives you. The best way I can describe it is it'll fit how clean the car is. It sounds weird, but it's the car is not a show car. It's not a show pony.
Correct.
And so I used the one for your car that gives you right kind of in between.
Oh,
so
I love
it gives
that.
it that nice deep gloss, and it looks kind of like the tire's new again, but it doesn't give it that super glossy in your face. Like there's ones with like it's crazy. I use it for like my own
wow
stuff
factor.
every now and then, or if I'm at a show. There's ones that have like little tiny like almost metallic flakes in it, so you can
the
dress
glitter
it.
stuff.
Yeah, you can
I've
dress
seen
it,
that.
and it'll like.
It's for
and it's
photography.
Like, yeah,
really.
it's for photography, and it's for like show only stuff. Like it's useless. It lasts maybe 2 days.
I could probably still do it, but put the glitter all over the makeup everywhere, like when they're going out to the clubs and everything. It's the same kind of thing.
It's
really doll it up.
Yeah, and so it's like. It's for a show, or it's for fun for photos, but it's not
special
really
occasions.
Yeah, special occasions, pretty much.
Every day.
Yeah.
It's so funny. All right. Well, we should think about wrapping it up. But is there anything you want to tell people that we haven't told people yet? Like I'm just kind of bouncing around here because I'm fascinated.
Like I said, like I'd love to come back with you guys. And,
Yeah, because we
get
should
in
talk
depth
about your
with it.
military background and everything. I mean, you left the military for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was in for 11 years. And like I said, this could be on another.
But that was going to be your career, right?
Yeah. I originally only was planning on doing 4 years. I didn't think I'd really like it that much. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it, get my GI Bill, use my college and get out. Like pretty much everyone says. And then I realized like 3 years in that I didn't want to go to college and I didn't like that idea. But I still loved it.
You were kind of getting college by being in that program.
Yeah, and I still have like 90-something college credits just by the schools I went to in the military.
You've completed those credits, yeah.
So
they're transferable.
Yeah, they're transferable. And it's one of those things, though, that I was doing it on the side. So I was doing friends' cars, and I always like babysit someone's car when like one of us was on deployment. Somebody would have each other's cars.
And while you had it, you would make it nice.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna drive it, I want it to look good, type thing. And also like it's also nice giving back. Yeah, it's also like a giving it back to them in a better condition than you got it. So I was doing it on the side so much, and Amber realized, she's like, hey, you can make this a full-time thing. It was really like all credit to Amber, like 100%. She was like, you can make this a full-time thing. She's like, this is your passion. You're like, you're happy about this. You like doing it. You're taking up your weekends to do it when we don't have much weekend time in the military.
No.
And so she's like, if you're serious about it and you're actually motivated to do it, then I'm behind you. Like, get out and do what you want to do.
It's a disservice not to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's your passion.
And so I got, pretty lucky because yes, I have experience in it, but also I had the right connections already from being in the car scene so long, and I got a couple of collections. So when I was picking up collections, then
that can pay the bills all of a sudden.
Yeah,
you can start counting on an income.
Yeah, so it's like, especially when you get these collectors like Sergio Pops, he's a great example. He trusts people who are masters at their trade. He's a master at his trade. He knows what he's doing. So when somebody actually comes in and doesn't just upsell you, like you say, oh, here's the 400-year coating, this will last forever. When you tell them like, hey, this is not a perfect car, this has got scratches here, got this, but like I can bring this back to life, I can make this look new. It's one of those things that it was cool that he gave me a shot, because it's something that not everyone does, and like they'll hear. Essentially, a lot of the times you'll have customers that talk to you first and like, hey, what's the price? Those are usually not the customers. Those are usually not the customers that I wind up picking up. It's more of, hey, what can you do with this car? Or, hey, what does this car need?
Yes.
If somebody's asking you for your expertise and like actually wants to see,
they're going to be willing to pay.
Then they're going to be yeah, because they know that there's an amount of work going into it. There's a lot of work going into it.
They're asking the right questions.
Yes. Yeah, so they're asking the right questions. They're actually wanting to learn and stuff about it. So it does make a big difference there.
That's so cool. I think you're fascinating. I do. I think you're fascinating. The more I meet you, the more I think you're interesting. The day I remember meeting you was the day you spilled coffee all down Yellowcar the back. So the irony of you taking care of it so well today is just kind of... in fact, I think that was... You said that day about, I could take care of this for you, the whole car, the whole thing. I was like, well, Matt Farrah, the smoking tire, the whole thing. Yeah. You're like, well, if ever, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you've been up there so consistently ever since that we ended up putting this together, and I'm very happy we did. But it was kind of funny in the beginning. Was it Danny who was like, is that
it was Danny who was, so quick story, it was Danny again, always the joker. It was like, when he saw me
saying, Tom.
He saw me spill the coffee on there. He's like, oh, is that your advertising thing? You just go around and pour stuff on people's cars and they say, hey man, I can fix that with detail.
It's your sales pitch, I can fix that for you.
Hey
man, your car's dirty.
It was too early. I obviously hadn't had my coffee because it was on the back of some dude's Porsche.
All the way down the back. I told you that day that it wasn't about the coffee spilled on the car. It was about the waste of coffee that other people then were going to kill you about.
And then I came back the next week and I was like, oh man, they might hate me. And you guys didn't hate me. So I was like, all right, cool, we're good.
No way. Everybody's done the same thing you did just before you,
Yeah.
We're all the same. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you got a great energy. Keep it up. When do you have a date for getting married yet? You said your fiance a couple times.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It was 4-3-2-1, which was awesome at first, but then COVID pushed everything back, and so we are doing it the 11th of June next year. So I gave you guys the paper for it. I don't know where it is. I'll figure it. I'll get you another one.
There's a paper for it?
There's a, what are they called? Save the date. See, she does all that stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, save the date. I think I dropped it in the car or something one day without like telling you or something.
Oh,
so
I don't do well with that.
I
I
probably
shut the hell. Yeah, it's
I'll bring
gone.
one up tomorrow.
It's gone for good.
Yeah,
it's gone for good.
It's gone for
That's a
good.
pet peeve of mine. I don't know. Here's the deal. Somebody like you spends all that effort and time on my car for me, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I paid for it or not, whatever. Say it's better. Say I paid $1,200 to have this crazy awesome detail done. And I'm so happy I'm at the car show, whatever. And people just come in using
And
my
touch your stuff. Yeah.
and just throw in their cards and whatever else. And here, use our car wash. Here, use our car storage place. Here, use our
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Here, use my attorney services. Here, get out of a ticket free. It's like, how dare you? That's
Yeah.
basically littering. You're
You're
throwing your
just
stuff
throwing
in my
your stuff.
car.
Yeah, and I remember the reason I didn't that morning, I couldn't find you guys. It was one of those days where we're all walking around and talking to everybody, and I was like, oh well, I got to get
That
out of
does
here.
happen
But
to
let me.
us. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah, and no, but
It's not a perfect
It
system.
is funny though. It is. It's exactly like you said at the shows, and that's another thing. Like a lot of damage comes from shows. Like,
Oh,
and I
yeah, other
hate it,
people, not
but,
even-
like,
not even the
you'll see
owner.
People, like you'll see people just walk by and just touch stuff. That's not like rub their hand on stuff and just.
She's not this way anymore.
Yeah.
But when we met, that was her.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like kids, I don't mind as much. Kids, it happens. You know?
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Kids are okay.
Yeah.
Kids I like because they
And you
somehow
can explain to them. Yeah.
You remember the cool wall on Top Gear?
Yeah.
Somehow it's a stamp of approval when the kid likes and approves and touches the car.
You're
I'm good with
you're
it.
on the cool wall now.
Yeah.
They've given. Yeah.
I care about that little kid's approval. I don't give a fuck about its parents' approval.
Oh yeah,
Excuse
no.
my language.
The best, the highest, highest rated car people could see my car and be like, oh, I don't like that. And then some little kid comes by and is like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm like, sweet.
That's it.
What he
And then
said
all the
mattered.
pictures are taken of
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
And it means like you're having fun, like because kids only know fun. They don't know anything else.
Right.
So if they see your car and they like your car,
when everything's stuffy and then all of a sudden something's approachable.
yeah. And it's so
You saw the neighbor kid.
yeah,
today
the neighbor
in the garage
kid
this
loves
morning.
it, and he was yellow car.
Kid's
It's
2.5 years
clean."
old and he's obsessed with it. The mom brings him down to go look at it 5 minutes every day.
That's awesome.
I swear to God.
That's so cool.
That's
Crazy.
so cool.
But yeah, so I think you're great. I
Thank
think
you.
you're great. So keep it
I
up.
think you
Keep
guys
doing
are
what you're
awesome.
doing.
Love hanging out with you guys all the
And
time.
come back
too.
anytime. People think it's hard to. You see how informal this is, right? We're in my dining room, right? This is where
doesn't-
we live.
It didn't seem like when I asked you guys, I thought it was a big ask at first. When you were like, "Oh yeah, if you do," I was like, I could go on the show sometime because
I was
I'm
like, no problem.
And you're like, yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, okay. Do I need? And even today, I was like, I'm not ready for this. I had a spare change of shirt in the car. That's good.
This was the most informal one ever. There's a whole email of like a whole breakdown and all this stuff, like
Yeah,
Pops and
that's too
everything. They all
much.
got it, but
I'm
yours
just
today.
gonna figure out which days are free. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, do you have anything? No. Okay, I'm coming up. But
This
if you're
was
like,
great.
Yep.
It worked out great.
Absolutely.
And Chris Hunley's wheels got done too.
Chris Hunley's wheels got ceramic coated
another
today. Actually,
GVBC.
graphene coated today. So I did use the
Oh,
graphene coating
graphene
on
coating.
his. He's got these lightweight. They're Briad. It looks like an old Fuchs, but it's a lightweight aluminum. Though, okay, these wheels.
How much
You're
do
a
they weigh?
Porsche.
Yeah.
They weigh like the same as the cardboard box they came in. It's ridiculous. Like I picked up the box and then I picked up the wheel without the box, and I was like, this wheel doesn't weigh anything. I was like, I don't know how this holds up a car.
Right. How
Like,
could
it's
this be structurally integrated?
It's
How could it have integrity?
Dave over at TRE was telling me it's like a special pressed aluminum, but they're
amazing.
crazy light and they are just wild.
I can't
wheels
wait to see them. Hopefully, they're not as fragile as they seem.
Oh,
and I would
no,
imagine they're
they're
not.
super strong. They're just crazy lightweight.
Everybody's doing some really cool wheels lately. They've been doing those Steelies that have just come out that Raiden put on his.
I'm a fan of that.
Oh
I
my
like
God,
it.
I love it. And they've just come out with the 16-inch ones now, which are going to be.
Which
they're gonna
means
go,
you can put good tires on it.
They're
That's
gonna
my
go
biggest
off.
thing. Yeah.
They're going to be out of stock in no time.
That's why I have 16s on the diesel, because it came with 14s and I couldn't put any good tires on it.
you.
so
I
was
recognize
16.
your wheels. Those are base model CLK wheels.
Yes, CLK 320 wheels, and they look so weird on a CLK. But they
Yeah,
look.
I always
perfect on
loved
an
them
older
because they were
Mercedes.
steel wheels on a Benz, but on a modern Benz, which was really weird.
Yeah.
But nobody liked them. They all
Yeah.
wanted those 5-point AMG wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
like,
now
I
those
like
wheels
what
are-
you've got on there.
Now those wheels are super hard to find.
Yours?
Yeah, they're crazy hard to find.
Are yours? They're chromed, right?
Mine are, yeah. So
Or
mine are
smoke chromed
chromed
or something?
Most of them come in a like machined finish.
That's what I recall.
Yeah, most of them come in a machined finish, so I just found a chrome set from my friend that happened to have one, but like they barely ever came in chrome, and I didn't know how hard they were to find in chrome
Right.
until I tried to find a replacement one because one of them is bent. So I was like,
Oh,
ooh.
no. That's crazy. And finding one is tough.
And finding one is tough. You have to buy a whole set when you get them, realistically. Sometimes you can get two because people use them as drag wheels because you can put a meaty drag tire on your AMG.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's usually how you'll find them is in sets of two.
It's so cool, this stuff. I mean, technology these days, everything is... I'm going back to the new wheels that they're putting out, but I can't believe what they are. You can do anything. You can do anything these days.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, if you set your mind to it, you can do anything. Back to the Future, by the way. And it's flat out true. Just if you kind of have a computer and a good brain these days.
Oh yeah.
Get yourself a 3D printer. You get yourself a this and a that or whatever the heck.
Was it
a
HRE
CAD machine
or
and a
ADV?
water jet.
It's either HRE or ADV1 at SEMA a couple of years ago. They debuted the first 3D printed wheel, and it was wild. It was like it had crazy cuts in it.
They did it live at the show.
Yeah, and it was such a cool looking wheel, and that thing was like, and I'm like, this supports a car, but obviously it's all
It's weird to me too because I feel like don't you have to bake it or something afterward? It's just done. I don't understand. Like forged or alloy, like they're all just there's more to it. You can't just carve it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap it up. I love you. You're great. Love you. You're great. I know we have to do some stuff here. What did I say we were going to do? We're going to talk about GVBC merch real quick and give a shout out to our friends at the Riff Raff crew just because this is here. But there's your Good Vibes hat. There's your Dual Shift hat from our friends at Dual Shift. What we have here is a GVBC pin. Here's the 111 shirt. I don't know why I'm doing all this. You guys know what they look for. Go to Dual Shift and check this stuff out. Get a couple things. It's fun. Here's your sticker pack. It's a starter sticker pack. And get your stickers everywhere else. Where do people follow you on Instagram, Dom?
Just Dom's Garage _.
Is that the best way to find you, Instagram?
Instagram, if you need to talk to me personally, I have my, I don't think I have my number on there, but most people who have my business card have my personal number because it's personal. So yeah,
for anyone watching the show who doesn't have your business card.
if they message me on there though, and need to talk to me about stuff, I'll usually just give out my number to text them and stuff. But
I've noticed
Instagram
that
is the best way.
You're very quick to get back to people.
Yeah, I'm very quick on Instagram. I'm just used to using it for so much of the business stuff that I'm almost always on it. My phone, if you call me, like I like having phone conversations, but like when I was working on your car, you don't have service, this and that. So like it's not always guaranteed as much as the Instagram is usually a little bit better.
Hilarious.
Yep.
The Instagram. They're taking over the world. Yeah. Did Facebook change its name? I heard they were going to change their name today or something. Did anybody hear what
would they change it to?
I've heard they're going to change.
Do you know how many words there are? I won't have it right now on the first shot, I guarantee it. I've got some ideas. Let's see. Dom Jones, everybody. Check him out at Dom's Garage _ on the Instagram. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the fantastic driver's protection plan.
Yep.
Plan?
Package.
Yep. Sounds like insurance. Well, you're going to need the driver's protection plan. For sure. Unless you have your own insurance. Do you have your own insurance? And then you don't need it. I told you we were going to do this GVBC thing on the way out, which we will. You guys have seen it, but it's Fridays. It's called Fridays, and that's where we'll be tomorrow up at GVBC. You'll be there?
Yes.
We'll be there. Otto will be there. I know a lot of people are coming up tomorrow, so it should be fun. I think it'll be a little chilly. There's no weather report from Dasha today. Sorry about that. But Nicole, New Life of Old Nicole on Instagram. Porsche Life 111 on Instagram. Dom's Garage _ on Instagram. We love everybody. This is Late Night Playset, broadcasting love and good vibes every Tuesday and Thursday, live at 5. We love everybody. Have a great night.